Welcome everyone to Success Patterns TV. My name is Brigitte Höfele. I'm very honored and excited to be here on today's episode. Today is June 22nd, and I couldn't be more honored to have this incredible lady. And actually, when I brought up your name yesterday in an executive meeting in Be Connected, Alana, you have some great cheerleaders in there. Tanya said, "Yay, we love Elena," when I announced that we have our Success Patterns TV on with you as a guest expert today. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ms. Alana Kellner to our Success Patterns TV. Hey, Elena.
Hey, Brigitte. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited, and it's an honor that Tanya knows my name. Wow, thank you.
Oh, well, yeah, people know who Elena is. Are you kidding me? And so before we go into the many great things that you do, hey Heshi, welcome. The many great things that you do. You're also one of the founding qualified affiliates in Be Connected.
I am. Oh my gosh, it's been a year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's been a year. June 14th last year was when I enrolled, when you shared it with me. And I'm like, this is just craziness. This is exactly what we needed, especially with where we were at last year with the pandemic. And I was trying to do all sorts of networking virtually, and it was just like hours and hours of Zoom meetings. And I'm like, there's got to be a better way to do this. And then discovered Be Connected. So yeah, wow. I am a founding qualified affiliate. So which is just really fun.
Yeah, and down the road, and Heshi's on here as well, and others are watching as well. That's going to be more like a unicorn, right? You're in a very, very, very special position, but you're not just a qualified founding affiliate, which is that's a huge success all in itself, to jump on board of a company that we didn't know a lot about back in the days. Now we know a lot about it, and boy, have we added feature upon feature upon feature.
I don't even recognize it.
I know. We've gone through some incredible updates over, and going live in the Hive being one of the best ones. But tell people.
So excited about this part of it. Like, this is the best part of this. One of them, but yeah, I am so very excited for this part.
No, you can say it. It is the best part.
It is, because I've been like looking how can we like blend some of the other apps and platforms that are out there into one place with
our life simpler.
Make life so much simpler. I can delete so many apps from my phone, but also it's not just all of them in one place, but it's the vision and what Be Connected is, who Be Connected is, that brings it all together.
And you know what? Be Connected is really the sum of the people that are here. And right now we have Tamara, we have Heshi, we have Werner. Werner is just an incredible person that is watching us. And Werner, in the chat box, how often have you climbed Kilimanjaro? I think at least twice. He's just incredible. And he speaks a little bit of German too. So we won't switch into German. But Elena, tell us, what, 9 times? Are you serious?
Wow.
Holy smokes. 9 times. Here I'm going, 2 times.
2 times.
9 times.
I mean, 1 time in itself is pretty impressive. So, wow.
I would love to come with you guys. Heshi and Werner are just incredible couple and power couple, and Mount Everest once. Wow. Okay, so which mountains have you climbed in your life?
Me?
I mean, maybe not literal mountains, maybe not literal mountains, but other mountains.
Oh, wow. I guess this kind of goes into what I do.
Yes.
So I am, I'm a coach. I help women heal from toxic relationships, specifically narcissistic relationships. And for me personally, that's been the biggest mountain I've climbed in my life. and which is also what led me to do what I do as far as helping women heal.
Because you're healing, at one point you've healed yourself from it.
And it's a continual journey. It's
Yeah,
never ending. But
it
yeah,
really is, isn't it?
it's helping women discover, not it's I want, the automatic is for me to say help women reclaim their lives, but it's not reclaiming their life, it's actually claiming their life, claiming their life, that they can trust again and have this peace of mind and heal from all of the hurt and the pain, because really also the toxic relationships are actually just a symptom of something else going on. I do a I come from trauma-informed basis, which means I look for the root cause. And the root cause is always something else, right? Whatever external things are going on in our life is just a symptom of what's going on internally. And so I get to the root cause. And I can throw out a whole bunch of jargon, but really at the root cause, when somebody has a history of toxic relationships, specifically narcissistic relationships, is a belief of I'm not good enough. And so when we can heal that, it's amazing how women flourish and what they then do with their lives. And that's what it's all about for me.
Yeah, and as you're talking about that, you're just glowing, right? It's obvious that that is your purpose, that that is your passion. That's what you're here to do. And when it's that obvious, it would be not just a shame, but it would be, a disservice to humanity if you would not do it.
Thank you.
And that's, that's why you're A, part of the show, and B, you're in my life as a friend as well. So, Elena, clearly the show is called Success Patterns. How do you define success? Because everyone defines success differently. How would you define success?
I've been pondering this question, and even just a few years ago, I would have answered it very differently. Like it would have been the status, right? Kind of would have been in there with the keeping up with the Joneses, the car, the house, the whatever, right? The lifestyle. That's not it for me anymore. It's success personally is my family, my relationships, my daughters. It's part of my story is that I haven't lived near family in over 20 years. And now I'm back near family, and I'm reconnecting with my aunts and my uncles and my cousins, and realizing how important that is for life, because it's this, I'm experiencing this groundedness and this root system now. And so success is having those relationships, my tribe, my friends, even this community, right? It's also my clients and just being able to help the women. And right now I do focus on women. But it's watching women claim their lives again. And frankly, just even helping one person is success for me. So
do you think that without the pandemic, you would be where you are right now?
No.
How so?
It made me stop. I've heard this phrase, and it really was true for me, the great pause, right? The pandemic became the great pause, especially around this time last year. It had me really look at what my priorities were, how I was living my life, what my priorities were, where was I not honoring myself, and where was I just kind of floating along. And I made a lot of changes. One of them was, I'd lived in, at the time I was living in Phoenix. I'd lived in Denver for 17 years and moved to Phoenix and was there for a few years, and realized I had nothing tying me to Phoenix, and it was time to come home.
Literally.
Truly come home. And my life doesn't look what it looked like even 10 months ago. But it really was the pandemic forced me to stop and look and reprioritize. Even things like where I buy my food, right? Like really looking at who do I want to support? How do I want to support? How do I spend my money? And for me, that's also part of success, is getting to choose where I spend my money, how I spend my
Yes.
money. It's who do I surround myself with? I really purged my life on
Yeah,
many
I was
levels.
I was part of it, you guys, and it was interesting to watch. It was very interesting to watch. So, you know, when we are successful in something, however you define success, and for the, you know, for the ones that are watching, how do you define success? Again, it's a different definition for each and every one, and there is a constant with each person's success. So there's a constant reoccurring pattern that keeps showing up in one way or another that gets you to that, whatever success means for you. What is that for you?
Totally. And it's so funny you were saying that, because I'm not surprised though, because the way you and I think is that's actually what I was going through my mind. It's like I listed these things again, that's these external things, but what's the common theme between all of those external things is it's peace of mind, it's compassion, it's authenticity. Right. And really, I guess that's what it boils down to, is authenticity.
So when you start looking at, okay, I'm going into this endeavor, or, you know, I'm going down this route, or whatever it might be, if it's not checking off all three of those things, it's not going to be a success for you, because that's a deal breaker.
It's a deal breaker. I look at my values. I mean, that's one of the things that I've really discovered over the last year. What truly are my values?
Yeah.
And, you know, those are my top three: relationships, authenticity, and I forgot what I just said, but
Integrity, I think you said.
integrity. Yeah, that's in there. Compassion, generosity, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if an opportunity presents itself, if it doesn't align with my vision and my values, it's an automatic no, because it's alignment. It's not in alignment with me, and it's not authentic.
Yeah. And knowing, first of all, having it, and then knowing that you have it, because often we have values that we're not even aware that we have them. They're just, you know, they're our drivers. They drive us, but we're not necessarily conscious of them. They have been, those beliefs and those values have been formed on a subconscious level. And then we got to take inventory at some point in our lives, you know, whenever we can, to see, do they still support me?
Well, and are they really yours?
Did I not adapt them from somewhere else?
Right. I mean, so many, we absorb the beliefs and the values of those around us, especially our caretakers, right? Whether it's our parents, or whoever was our primary caretaker, we absorb it. We also absorb it from our community and our greater family. And so I think that's probably the biggest thing I've gone through over this last year, specifically with the pandemic, but even began before, was really becoming conscious and aware of what are my values versus what did I inherit and what did I make up.
Mm-hmm. So you literally took inventory and looked at where do they come from. And you're right, you know, we take on beliefs and values from our parents and other thought leaders, maybe even religious leaders, teachers, aunts, uncles, siblings, all of them.
All of them.
Yeah, all of them. Would you also, now that you're back home and you're also a caregiver now to your dad, would you say you're able to have an influence in the other direction now that are you able to influence your parents?
Some days better than others.
I knew that was a loaded question when I asked it. That's
loaded question. Actually, yeah,
it.
I am, and not out of So being home again, so I literally am living with my parents right now and helping take care of my dad as a caregiver. And that has brought up a whole lot and has been even furthering my journey of purging and what's my priorities and all of that. And I do influence my parents by being solid with who I am.
So those patterns show up again.
Right.
Authenticity, compassionate.
Mm-hmm. And when things kind of go a little haywire, it's when I'm getting triggered, I'm getting pulled, I'm not centered. And it's that way everywhere. Right. And so it's really noticing, who am I being? Am I being authentic to myself? Am I being true to myself?
So, patterns, may they be supportive or non-supportive, because we have both, we run on supportive and non-supportive patterns.
And I would venture to say many people run automatically, unconsciously, not subconsciously, unconsciously by the unsupportive patterns because they're just not aware. They haven't looked. They don't know.
Yeah. They haven't looked and they haven't taken inventory because they were never taught. But for any pattern, there is a trigger, and becoming aware of what is it triggered by and what could be a counter program or a counter trigger on it is just as important. So I love that you brought that up, that word trigger up. Yeah. How do people work with you? How do people get in touch with you, Alana? Because clearly you have a lot to offer.
Thank you. So my website, is the easiest way, is alanarenee.com. And
put that in here in the chat box.
So it's alanarenee.com. It's the easiest way is to book, a 15-20 minute discovery call. We can chat about what's going on and see if it's good to work on. And I work mainly one-on-one with clients, working on some group programs, but right now focusing on the one-on-one.
Yeah. And we have a webinar coming up as well on the connection generator. Definitely, if you're not connected with Alana yet, connect with her on the connection generator, connect with her here within the Be Connected community. Stay tuned. We're going to do a webinar. We will share that with everyone as well. Alana, any last words that you have for us?
So many, but no, just thank you. And this was fun. And I love this community. And I guess do you know what your values are? I guess I would just leave that with everybody. Take a look. What are your values? What's important for you? And kind of, your values are your guideposts. They keep you on path. So.
Agreed. Yeah, so share with us over on the Success Patterns group chat. Share with us, what is it that you value? What did you like? What did you hear? What did you learn? What do you want to share with us? If you want to be on the Success Pattern Show, definitely shoot me a chat message as well. Alana, thank you for being here today. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Lots of love.
Thank you for having me, Brigitte. Oh my gosh, thank you. I love you.
I love you too. Bye. Bye, everyone. Thank you.